The Democratic Republic of Congo has long been plagued by conflict. In the eastern part of the country, the M23 rebel group has been waging a brutal campaign. In recent months, the M23 has made significant advances, capturing key cities like Goma and Bukavu. These cities are strategically important and economically vital to the region. The fall of Bukavu, the capital of South Kivu province, sent shockwaves throughout the country and the international community. Bukavu, a bustling city on the shores of Lake Kivu, was once a symbol of hope and resilience. However, on February 16, 2025, the city fell to the M23 rebels, marking a turning point in the conflict. The Congolese army, outgunned and outmaneuvered, offered little resistance. They withdrew from the city, leaving residents vulnerable and terrified. The rebels entered Bukavu, promising to restore order and security. However, their arrival was met with mixed emotions. Some residents welcomed them, hoping for an end to the violence, while others feared what their rule might bring. The capture of Bukavu highlights the complex web of alliances and rivalries that fuel the conflict in eastern DRC. The M23, widely believed to be backed by Rwanda, has exploited the Congolese government's weaknesses and the international community's reluctance to intervene decisively. The rebels have taken advantage of the chaos and instability to loot resources, expand their control, and terrorize the local population. Their presence has cast a long shadow over the region, raising fears of a wider regional war and a humanitarian catastrophe. The conflict in eastern DRC has had a devastating impact on the civilian population. The fighting has displaced millions of people, forcing them to flee their homes in search of safety. Many have lost everything: their loved ones, their homes, and their livelihoods. The humanitarian situation in Bukavu and other conflict-affected areas is dire. Food, water, shelter, and medical care are in critically short supply. The looting of humanitarian aid warehouses like the one reported by the World Food Program in Bukavu has further exacerbated the crisis. The United Nations estimates that millions of people in eastern DRC are facing severe food insecurity. Malnutrition rates, especially among children, are alarmingly high. The lack of access to clean water and sanitation has led to outbreaks of diseases like cholera, further straining an already fragile healthcare system. The conflict has also taken a heavy toll on the mental health of the population. Trauma, fear, and uncertainty have become part of everyday life. The international community has responded with humanitarian aid, but the needs are overwhelming. The violence and displacement have had a ripple effect on the local economy. Businesses have been destroyed, markets have been disrupted, and trade has come to a standstill. The closure of ports in Bukavu and Goma, though recently reopened by the M23, further crippled the economy. The lack of economic opportunities has deepened poverty and inequality, leaving many struggling to survive. The humanitarian crisis in eastern DRC is a complex and multifaceted problem. Addressing it requires a multi-pronged approach that includes providing immediate humanitarian assistance, addressing the root causes of the conflict, and promoting sustainable peace and development. Despite the ongoing conflict and the immense challenges they face, the people of Bukavu have shown remarkable resilience. They have not given up hope. Amidst the ruins and the despair, there are glimmers of hope. Markets are slowly reopening and people are returning to their daily routines. The reopening of ports by the M23, despite the circumstances, offers a glimmer of hope for economic recovery. Traders are cautiously returning, hoping to rebuild their lives and livelihoods. The spirit of community is strong in Bukavu. People are coming together to support each other, sharing what little they have, and offering comfort and solidarity. Local organizations and volunteers are working tirelessly to provide aid and assistance to those in need. They are on the front lines of the humanitarian response, providing food, water, shelter, and medical care to the displaced and vulnerable. Their courage and compassion are a testament to the human spirit's ability to endure even in the darkest of times. International organizations are also playing a vital role in supporting the people of Bukavu. They are providing life-saving assistance, advocating for the protection of civilians, and working to find a peaceful resolution to the conflict. However, more needs to be done. The international community must increase its support for humanitarian efforts, hold perpetrators of human rights abuses accountable, and work towards a lasting political solution that addresses the root causes of the conflict. The situation in Bukavu is a stark reminder of the human cost of conflict and the urgent need for peace. The people of Eastern DRC have endured decades of violence and instability. They deserve a chance to live in peace, security, and dignity. The international community must not turn a blind eye to their plight. The M23's recent advances, their capture of key cities and their alleged support from Rwanda, have raised international alarm. The conflict has the potential to destabilize the entire region, with devastating consequences for millions of people. The international community must use all its diplomatic and political leverage to pressure all parties to the conflict to engage in meaningful dialogue, cease hostilities, and work towards a sustainable peace agreement. This includes addressing the root causes of the conflict, such as the illegal exploitation of natural resources, ethnic tensions, and the proliferation of armed groups. The people of Bukavu, despite the hardships they face, have not given up on peace. They yearn for a future where their children can grow up free from violence and fear. Their resilience is an inspiration to us all. We must stand in solidarity with them and demand an end to the conflict in Eastern DRC. The path to peace will be long and arduous, but it is a path that we must take. The future of Bukavu, and indeed the entire region, depends on it.